Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Appalachian Tarot. I am so glad that you are here today for what is my first collective reading for the sign of Capricorn. If you find this video at all helpful or useful or it resonates with you, please like and subscribe and share it with a friend. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this collective reading for the sign of Capricorn. We are going to begin with a Seasons of the Witch Oracle card. I like to open all of my readings with a Seasons of the Witch Oracle because I find this deck really helps me tune in to what the universe is saying. The most recent or the most seasonally appropriate deck that is currently available is the Beltane Oracle, so that's the one we're going to be using. And this is a collective reading for the sign of Capricorn, however that resonates with you, sun, moon, rising, and cross watchers, you are welcome as well. But because it is a collective reading, I need you to pick what resonates and leave the rest, you know. It's just for somebody else who's watching, another Capricorn out there who needs a message. You're going to know what is for you and what isn't, so trust your intuition, Capricorn. I think that you're going to understand when the universe is speaking to you through me and through the cards. So, okay, we're going to shuffle until the universe tells me not to. And sometimes that takes longer than... Oh, but sometimes it happens really quickly, like it just did. We had a flipper. So this is the card the universe wants for you. Pegasus. Okay. Break free, dear one. Spread wide and far, for you aren't containable. You are limitless. Okay. Capricorn, what do you need to break free from? What is holding you back? Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. Sorry, I'm still new to this, so sometimes I get a little nervous that it's not recording. All right. Your keywords for the Pegasus card, Capricorn, are expanding beyond limitations. You are on the cusp of an expansion, and there is limitless potential for where you can go from here. A new journey is upon you, and while you don't know where this journey will lead, you are willing to take the first step towards what may be one of the most important moments of your life. It doesn't matter if you don't feel ready just yet, as Pegasus is here to catch you as you step off the cliff. You will be guided to the right resources and opportunities, the teachers and companions you need, at just the time when you need them. Drawing the Pegasus card is your sign that now is the time. Ooh. But do be mindful to approach this journey with an open mind and heart. This is your time to experiment and explore through the eyes of wonder, and you will fall into the arms of things you've never thought were possible. Don't overthink things and say yes as often as you can. No choice is a mistake, and no experience will be wasted. Pegasus is also a good sign for marriage or welcoming a new baby, for surely both are new uncharted adventures. Okay, wow. So you're about to begin a wonderful new journey, a life-changing journey, and it's asking you to, the universe is telling you, actually, it's not asking you, I feel like it's telling you, to go ahead and step out on faith and to trust that this is exactly what needs to happen. I don't know if this is a new relationship or new love. I am getting that feeling, but we'll see when we go to the cards, because we're going to do a traditional Celtic cross to see exactly what it is the universe is trying to tell you with this Pegasus card, Capricorn. You may have some idea already, so go ahead and meditate on whatever came to mind as I was reading that. That's going to be your way of understanding exactly what the universe is trying to say to you, because remember, the universe is speaking to multiple people through the cards and through me. So you have to sort of make it bespoke, you know, tailor it to yourself. Meditate on whatever it is you're thinking about, Capricorn. I do think that for at least some of you, maybe one of you, this is new love, and this is a new relationship, and it may look different than the way you expected it to be, but that it's actually exactly what you need. So it may be that this person that you're meeting or that you've already met isn't what you thought your soulmate looked like. They're not your usual type. But they are somebody who's going to love you more than you've ever been loved before. So that's just, that's not for all of you. That's kind of what I'm getting for some of you. All right. This is weird. I don't usually shuffle this way, but they're telling me to shuffle this way. I'm just meditating on that Pegasus card, trying to see what the universe wants to say. But this is. I'm shuffling a little bit slower than usual. So, I mean, I go with it. Look, the universe will let me know when it's time to stop shuffling. But in the meantime, I know it sucks for you having to watch this, so I do try to fill with whatever I can meditate on from the Oracle card, but I don't know. The universe really wants these cards mixed up this time. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, here we go. All right. In your current position, you have 2 cards. Okay. You have the Magician and the King of Cups reversed. Okay, so the Magician is a very good card to begin with. This is a card of manifestation. It is a card of bringing all of your power to fruition, of bringing together the various aspects of tarot and of the universe. So you have, if you look, you have the Pentacles, you have the Cups, you have the Swords, and you have the Wands, and then above his head, you have the Infinity symbol. Okay, this is a card of being in your power. And to me, this squares very nicely with the Pegasus card, which is that you are breaking free and that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. I want to go back to that, actually. I think that I'm going to keep coming back to the Pegasus card, and I don't know why, but it feels very powerful to me in this moment, Capricorn, and so I just want you to bear with me here. Yeah, you are on the cusp of an expansion, and there's limitless potential for where you can go from here. Look at that. Like, the infinity symbol's right there over his head. And so, to me, this is you stepping into your power. And this is you understanding that this is exactly where you're supposed to be. Like, this is a momentous... this is a crucial, moment in your life. Like, you are... you are finally becoming the person you were always meant to be. And now is the time. Now is the time. But again, this Magician card comes with the King of Cups reversed. And this is water energy. And it is, reversed sadness. Conflict, internal conflict, inner turmoil. Things are not, you're not sure about this. You want desperately for, and I really am getting love, that you want desperately for there to be this beautiful relationship, this fairy tale with a white horse and a prince, and he carries you off to your castle or to his castle, or maybe you're the prince who carries off the maiden or the stripling, whatever the case may be. But you don't necessarily feel like you're deserving of it or you're ready for it. There's this energy here that is of extremes. Like, on the one hand, you feel very confident and very assertive and very much like you're on the right path, and then there are times where you're just really, really down and you can't control your emotions, and the sadness that creeps in. There's a loneliness, I think, in your life right now, Capricorn, that you have the tools to solve and you have the tools to alleviate. Like, you don't have to be lonely, but for some reason you've chosen to be lonely, despite the fact that you have all of this creative power and these skills, and you are frankly, a catch, and you don't realize what a catch you are. This is a very contradictory reading, you know? And I think maybe you're afraid of falling, but the Pegasus is going to catch you, right? It's okay to step off the cliff. That's what the card said, the book said. But with this King of Cups reversed, I do get the feeling that you're terrified of being hurt, and you're terrified of a sort of deep and meaningful relationship that is far more intimate and far more mature than what you've perhaps had before. That there is this sense here, Capricorn, that you are terrified of being vulnerable. You put up this incredibly powerful, you project this confident and powerful person to the world, but in reality you are extremely vulnerable inside, and you are afraid of letting someone in because you are afraid that they are not going to like everything that they see about you, everything that they learn about you, or you're afraid that they are going to hurt you and that you won't recover from that hurt. Because I get the feeling that you, I mean, we'll keep going with the reading, but I'm getting the feeling that you have a lot of hurt in your life, that there's been a lot of pain in your life, and that you're terrified of letting someone in, even though you are the magician, and so you are extremely powerful and much stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. The depths of your hurt. Look, I mean, the ocean is crashing all around the King of Cups, and in reverse I almost see it like the waves are just like breaking over his throne, and he's in danger of being swept away into the, swept out to sea. You're afraid, there's this scariness. You're just so afraid of being hurt, Capricorn. Let's see why that is. Judgment is blocking you. Okay. Fire energy, which indicates to me there's inaction on your part. You're not doing what you need to do in order to be happy. And again, I'm really getting the feeling that this is a love reading for at least a lot of you. Maybe not all of you. But I think you've made some poor choices. I think that you've been perhaps a little, with the King of Cups reversed being blocked with, and the Magician as well. To me, the Magician is somebody who is powerful to the point of almost maybe being cocky. And then the King of Cups reversed is so guarded and afraid to be hurt. And you've got Judgment here. I think that you've misjudged some people and some situations. I think you've misjudged yourself to a degree. I think there might be a time to take a second look at something or someone, because your judgment has been clouded by your own low vibrations. For some of you, this could be depression that is clouding your judgment. But whatever it is, I see that your judgment is clouded. I also see that you feel kind of trapped. You're waiting for deliverance. You're waiting for the universe to bring the happiness that you desire, but you're not willing to take any risks to help manifest that happiness. And the universe with the Pegasus card is telling me here that the universe is willing to catch you if you fall, but you have to be willing to step off that cliff, like the book said. And I don't see that you're willing to do that. You don't trust in yourself. You don't trust in this love that you're building, that it could be possibly, a forever love, or if it's not a forever love, a life-changing love. And I'm getting love. I'm getting love, Capricorn. Maybe not for all of you. Again, I want to stress, I could just be reading for one person here. The rest of you, you were meditating on this, I hope, and you know what the universe is trying to say to you. As I was shuffling the tarot, you should have been meditating on the Pegasus card. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's see what's in your immediate past, Capricorn. No, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is a love reading. I really am getting. There's just so Okay, water energy, Pisces energy in particular. You walked away from something. You left something behind, but it was not something you necessarily wanted to leave behind, Capricorn. You you walked away from something or someone who you cared about. And you did it, I think, out of a desire to protect yourself, but it's made you very sad. He's walking away from these cups that are, well, are they empty or are they full? You know, they look empty, but we can't really see inside of them. So we don't know what it is that this person is walking away from. But I get the feeling that whatever it is that you walked away from, you didn't want to walk from it. You know, your soul is calling out for this situation, whatever it is, or this person, but your head and your heart are so conflicted. And with the Magician being air energy and then the King of Cups reversed, I am seeing a conflict between your head and your heart. Like, your head is telling you one thing, like, you know, this person is, you know, too far away. I can't do a long distance relationship. Or it doesn't make sense. We have different political beliefs. Or, you know, I have these religious beliefs and this person, you know, has these other religious beliefs. Or there's an age discrepancy. Like, they're too young for me, they're too old for me. Um, Whatever it is, or that this person's too dominant and I'm too submissive, but I actually see, you know, with the Magician and the King of Cups reverse being where you're at, I kind of, and that we'll keep going, but I get the feeling that you're more equally matched than you're giving yourself credit for with this person, whoever it is, and I really am kind of getting the feeling that this is a person you already know, that you walked away from someone because you convinced yourself that it was the right thing to do, but Capricorn, I'm not sure that it was. I'm just not sure that it was. Your immediate future, if nothing changes. Okay. The Two of Wands, fire energy, action. Um, this is not a bad card at all. If nothing changes, you're going to keep moving forward. You very well could have a happy life. Um, this is a card of overseas travel. This is a card of uh, exploration and discovery. I see you continuing. I'm getting the feeling that for some of you, this could very literally be travel and exploration and all of that. But for some of you, this is you continuing to do the shadow work that needs to be done in order for you to sort of reconcile your head and your heart here with the Magician and the King of Cups. It's not a bad card. You know, if nothing changes, you're going to continue doing the work. You're going to continue moving forward. There's still happiness to be had. I am getting a certain clouded happiness. Like, it's not as happy as you might maybe could have been, but you can keep moving forward. You know, you can leave this person or this situation behind and just continue to look towards the future and never give them a second thought. And things will work out fine. But I guess we'll see as we continue whether or not I'm moving the incense so I can build out the Celtic cross here. But I guess we'll see as we continue whether or not your happiness might be multiplied or even exponentially more joyful if you do heal whatever this is and revisit this person or this situation, which is really what I'm kind of getting. I'm getting that the universe really wants you to to do this, to heal these old wounds. But if you don't, and you choose not to because you have free will, and we all have agency, I don't see you being unhappy. You know, I see adventure in your future, so that's good. You know, you're going to be happy regardless. It's just a matter of degrees, I suspect. All right, what you're conscious of is the Hanged Man. Okay. You are very much aware that you need to change your thinking on this, that you need to do some deep, deep introspection, that there's shadow work. You want to let go of the past. You want to really meditate on what it is that's brought you to this point where you are, I think, conflicted, Capricorn. You are happy one day, sad the next, maybe happy 1 minute, sad the next. And you're trying to figure out exactly what it is here. You understand that there are sacrifices that need to be made, but I think more importantly, you also understand that everything is in divine timing. That perhaps the timing of whatever this Eight of Cups is was off, right? That perhaps you walked away from something because you understood that you weren't ready for it or the other party wasn't ready for it, and that there was there's a song by Ed Sheeran. It's called "A Beautiful Game." It's from the Ted Lasso soundtrack, and Ed Sheeran sings, though this is not the end, we should take some time apart. And I get the feeling that whatever this situation here is, you understand that it's not over with the hangman, but that there is a sort of pause. There is a sort of, need for action to cease, progress to stop, and for you just to take a deep breath and understand who you are, Capricorn, what it is that you want, and what it is that you need in order for your soul to be fulfilled and your head and your heart to be in alignment. Because I'm really getting this energy that they are not in alignment right now. But let's keep going. What are you not conscious of? What's really driving this situation in your subconscious? The Emperor reversed. Yeah, okay. More fire energy. Reversed, I see inaction, but in a bad way. You have this desire to control the situation, to bend other people to your will, Capricorn, and you can't always do that, and you're having to really come to terms with the fact that I think whoever you've met, first of all, the Emperor indicates to me that they could be older than you. That's not true for all of you, but that's going to be true for some of you. You respect this person, but you also detest this person. It's a love-hate relationship. You want to control the situation, but you also feel like they are trying to control the situation. And because of that, you're at loggerheads all the time, with whatever this is. And you haven't really reckoned with it. You understand, you're starting to do the work here with the hangman. You're starting to look within yourself. But you haven't necessarily recognized your own culpability in the situation, the mistakes that you have made in the past, how your need to control things has perhaps driven a wedge between you and this person or these people, however this is reading to you. To me, I'm telling you, this is reading as a love reading for most of you. I think that you have recently broken up with someone, or that you have gone through some sort of separation with someone, possibly a friend, a close friend, even someone who you were not necessarily physically intimate with, but you were emotionally intimate with, and sort of the if you're familiar with the concept of courtly love, in the Middle Ages, it was love mostly between like a knight and a lady of the court who was already married, and so they could never consummate their love, but it was still this passionate, emotional connection. It could have been something like that, where Will and Grace just jumped into my head. Will and Grace never were physically intimate, but they had this deep emotional connection. So it could just be a best friend that you have walked away from. I get the feeling that you have not necessarily reckoned with exactly your own responsibility in the downfall of that situation, of that relationship. but you're beginning to, and you will. And it's not all your fault. I do get the feeling that this other person also needed to let go of some things and to really work on themselves as well. It seems to me like there's this feeling of duality here where the both of you are needing to work on yourselves. I do just want to point out though that there's a lot of major arcana in this reading so far. We have 3 cards that are minor arcana, and then 4 cards that are major arcana with the Magician, Judgment, the Hangman, and Emperor. And major arcana cards are incredibly important. They are, preordained, destined. So I feel like whatever it is, this connection, this relationship, this situation is one that you care deeply about because you understand that, you were fated to meet this person or these people. You were fated to have this experience. I'm going to keep saying that this is a love reading, but I know that for all of you, that's not it. So take this as you will, and continue to meditate on what this means for you. But whatever this is, there's someone in your life you have let go of that I think that you are really maybe beginning to or about to realize you should not have walked away from. But let's keep going. I could be wrong. The universe could say, you know what? No, actually, you did the right thing. We'll see. Your control over the situation and your influence over the situation is the Six of Wands reversed. Again, fire energy, Leo energy. Reverse though, this is a card not so much of progress, but of, to me, frankly, arrogance, and feeling as though your needs are not being seen, that you are not being recognized by others the way you feel like you should be recognized. So perhaps you feel like this person has disrespected you. Perhaps you feel like this person has routinely failed, or these people or this situation has routinely failed to meet your needs. There is certainly a feeling of a lack of understanding and a lack of acknowledgement here. You feel very unappreciated, I think. But I also think that you are possibly slightly arrogant in the fact that you are only thinking necessarily about what you need and not maybe perhaps what this other person needs or the situation needs. And in order for you to succeed, you really need to think about both. And with the Hanged Man here, I believe that you're beginning to understand that, right? That you're beginning to understand that the situation requires a give and a take, and that you are wrestling between your head and your heart. Okay, so one of you, like either your head knows this or your heart knows this already, and you're trying to bring the two into balance instead of having them be at loggerheads. But it's almost like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Like it's just not working for you. You're gonna have to, and part of that I think is because you haven't acknowledged your own responsibility in this situation with the Emperor. That you have really been behaving in a very immature way. And that's not an insult. That just means because you're beginning to recognize it and work on it. You just have more work to do, is what I'm saying. And look, we all behave in immature ways at different times. Like this is not. I'm not trying to like bust your chops, Capricorn. I'm not trying to say that this is all your fault, because I don't think it is. I think no situation is ever any one person's fault, especially in a relationship. There's always two sides to a story. But what I'm seeing here is that you are very conflicted, but you also feel like you have not been valued the way you should be. And that is part of what is influencing, I think, your decision to walk away here. But also, you understand that, because this is a card that is both of not being valued the way you should be with the Six of Wands. It's also a card of sort of egotism, and so I think that you've been a little self-centered, but you also realize that actually you've not been completely self-centered. This other person, this other party, these other people have not upheld their end of the bargain either. There's plenty of blame to go around here. Outside influences, yeah, this other person is or these other people are just as responsible for the mess that I'm seeing here as is um, anyone else. This is your energy, Capricorn. By the way, this is the Three of Pentacles reversed. It's Capricorn energy. It's Earth energy, but it's an outside influence. So perhaps you're dealing with another Capricorn, or somebody who has Capricorn in their chart. More specifically, though, I think you're dealing. I'm getting this feeling of third party energy. There's somebody who has been telling you something that they've been giving you bad advice on this situation. Maybe you have a friend or a family member who has been saying, you need to let that person go. This isn't working for you. I get the feeling that whoever this is, and it might be more than one person, they're not doing that from a position of good faith. They have an agenda. Um, you could have been cheated on as well, or you could have cheated on someone. Uh, for some of you, this third party energy is coming in very strong here. And whoever this third party is, whether it is the person that your ex cheated with, or the person you cheated with, or a friend who wanted to drive a wedge between the two of you and is a snake. I'm getting snake energy here. Like this person is really slippery, and perhaps says things to your face that are very kind, and it seems like they're your biggest cheerleader and a good friend, but then they talk crap about you behind your back. I'm seeing that. And I think, Capricorn, that you really need to be very, very cautious about who you share your plans with, because there are people who are working against you. Now, some of that I think is whoever you've walked away from here. And I think that they understand that, one of the key words on the Three of Pentacles card that I got here, and I don't always read from these meanings in particular, because I've studied tarot enough to understand the meanings from the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and to sort of develop my own intuitive readings of them. But one of the words here is disharmony, misalignment. And that misalignment, speaks to this head and heart competition that you're having here, and the difficulties you're having reconciling your head with your heart. But it could also be the other person is having that same issue as well. And that, whoever walked away here, whether it was them or whether it was you, and I get the feeling that it was you, but it might have been both of you. This could have been sort of a mutual walking away. I get the feeling that both of you understand that there is an imbalance within yourselves that you have to reconcile before you can ever come together in any sort of healthy way. But I really do get the feeling there are people in your orbit who are working against your happiness, and I need you to be aware of that. There are people who are giving you some bad advice, and I don't. In Sagittarius's reading, I had the same feeling that there were people giving them bad advice, but I said to Sagittarius, those people are not necessarily doing it maliciously. They are doing it from a place of fear of themselves and projecting their own insecurities onto you, and they're just trying to keep you safe, but they don't know how powerful you are. I don't get that feeling here, Capricorn. I get the feeling that whoever is giving you this bad advice and is working against, is telling you things that are feeding into your mind and working against your happiness, I get the feeling that they are doing it out of entirely selfish reasons. And you need to be very, very aware. There is a snake in the garden, and I don't know who that is, but you need to be very, very careful about who you're trusting. I would say, as you're meditating on the situation with the hangman there, and you are beginning to do this shadow work to improve yourself and to get your heart and your head back into balance, that you keep that to yourself. You don't need to tell the world what you're doing, because there are people who are going to try and talk you out of it. But you know what's going to make you happy. You know. And so I just need you to focus on that and to understand that the universe is on your side. I'm going to go back to the book here with the Pegasus card. Now is the time, but do be mindful to approach the journey with an open mind and heart. This is your time to experiment and explore through eyes of wonder, and you will fall into the arms of things you've never thought were possible. Don't overthink things and say yes as often as you can. No choice is a mistake, and no experience will be wasted. There are people who are going to try and tell you that you are not to do this, that you are very much like, oh, you shouldn't do that, you should play it safe, or oh, you've been burned by that person before, that you should, have you not learned your lesson? Ignore them. Ignore them. This is the time for you to go out and to explore and to be adventurous, and you need to really embrace that and embrace the journey that you're on internally as well. And these people who are trying to keep you from doing that are just trying to hold you back, and they're trying to do it for their own selfish reasons. They don't want to see you move forward. They don't want to see you succeed in love, in life, in whatever it is, because they are operating from a very low vibrational point, and they are incredibly unhappy with their own circumstances. And so they want you to be unhappy as well, because misery loves company. In Capricorn, I am telling you, this person is toxic, and you really need to, or it could be more than one person. It could be more than one person. But whatever it is, they are toxic, and I need you to tune them out. All right. Let's see what is in your hopes and fears. Oh gosh, the Three of Swords reversed. You are very, very afraid that... Oh gosh. There's a lot of pain around you, Capricorn, and I'm very, very much sorry for that. I hate this for you, Capricorn. But this is your hopes and your fears, okay? And the Three of Swords reversed is about releasing pain, okay? It is about seeking forgiveness and receiving forgiveness, as well as all of the hurt that is bubbled up. There is this sense of overcoming heartbreak here. Heartbreak has happened, and you're hopeful that you can move forward in love and in hope, and that you can perhaps receive the forgiveness that you need, but also to offer the forgiveness that you want to offer to whoever it is that hurt you or upset you in the past. You're not at that place yet. The Hanged Man tells me you're working on it, okay? The Emperor reverse tells me that you're beginning to wrestle with some really deep wounds and trauma, and also some uglier sides of your soul. And that is not an insult, by the way. First of all, I think it's a compliment, because it tells me that you're actually doing the work to make yourself a better person. But also, Capricorn, all of us have ugly aspects to ourselves. All of us have ugly aspects to our souls, things that we need to work on. Nobody's perfect. And so I don't want you to beat yourself up too hard over that. I just think that you're on the cusp of something really beautiful here. But I'm getting the feeling that that Pegasus that catches you is already in your life. And it's someone you've walked away from here in the past. Yeah, I mean, and this is a good sign for marriage and welcoming. I just see that this is like a fresh start. Like, you can move on, Capricorn, and be incredibly happy. But there's just work that needs to be done. You are in a season of, isolation is the word that came to mind. I was like, if the Hermit card comes up next, good night. Like, but let's see what the most likely outcome here is. Oh my God, the Sun! Positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. This is what is on the Sun card, okay? That's what it says. The Sun is just happiness. I don't even know that it needs explanation. We all love sunshine, right? And look at that baby riding the horse. Interestingly, a white horse. Remember? Prince on a white horse, princess on a white horse. The sunflowers in the background, which are my favorite flower. And then just this beautiful, beautiful scene of incredible happiness here. This is fire energy. This is action. Things are going to start moving in a very optimistic and beautiful way for you. And that squares with the Pegasus card here. Like, I really do believe that, whatever the situation is that you walked away from and that it hurt you and that this is you right now, your head and heart are in conflict, you're going to heal from it. This Three of Swords reversed is a card of healing. It hurts right now, and I understand that, but you're gonna heal. Now, I really think. Now, for some of you, this could be a brand new love. For some of you, this could be you've had your heart broken and you're moving on and you're going to fall in love with someone else. But I really get the feeling with this Eight of Cups, being sort of disappointed. Like, if the Three of Swords had fallen in the immediate past position, I would have thought, okay, that relationship is over. But something about this spread is telling me that this relationship that you've walked away from, or this situation that you've walked away from, is not finished yet. Notice that we have not had the Wheel of Fortune, we have not had death. There is nothing in here that indicates that this cycle is complete, that this right here is complete. Rather, to me, I'm getting the image of, have you seen the Disney film Hercules, where like Pegasus comes in and swoops and Herc jumps on him? And I'm getting that, like this old friend, someone that you have a deep history with. And you can define deep history however you want, because sometimes, you can know somebody for a short period of time, yet have this very deep soul connection, right? That like an immediate recognition that, oh, we are preordained. Like, I was meant to cross paths with you. I'm thinking of one of my best friends in the world I met at an Oscar viewing party. God, this must have been 10, 11 years ago now. And it was serendipitous. We just happened to cross paths and hit it off. But from that moment, I knew she was like meant to be a part of my life. And there are people like that where your soul instantly recognizes. So it doesn't have to be somebody you've known for very long. This in the earthly realm could be somebody you've known in the spiritual realm for a long time. But whatever it is, I see that I don't get the feeling that this is over. I get the feeling that this was a necessary pause and heartbreak. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of the cards here are major arcana, which is indicating that this is an incredibly important period in your life. And the fact that we start with the Magician and we end with the Sun, and then you being conscious of being the Hanged Man and needing to pause and surrender, and your subconscious being the Emperor, tells me that this is something that the universe has put in your path in order for you to learn and grow, and that this is going to make you a better person and a happier person when this is over. But it's not over yet. Whatever this is, Capricorn, it isn't over. Even though there's this disappointment in the past and you've walked away or somebody else has walked away, I just don't see that being over. I see healing happening with the Hangman and this Three of Swords reversed. And I see that there's communication that is going to be needed in order for you to heal. It's not happening right now. The Six of Wands reversed down here shows me that you're not reaching out. You're not extending the olive branch. You're not trying to talk through and work through the problems you had with this person or these people. But they're not either, I get the feeling, with this Three of Pentacles reversed. And so that both of you are maybe needing to go ahead and just spend some time working on yourselves in order for you to progress, but that the Pegasus is there to catch you. And that this is a time for you to be rootless and for you to go out and enjoy life, and keep looking for new love, but also don't write off this old love for some of you, and not all of you. Some of you have toxic ass exes that you just need to walk away from and just leave behind, all right? But for some of you, there's somebody who I get the feeling that you have overlooked, or you have perhaps written off because it didn't work, but that they could be coming back, and or that you could be wanting to go back to them. And this could just be a friendship that you're wanting to heal and mend. Whatever it is, though, I'm getting the feeling that now is the time to do it, Capricorn, and this is beautiful. Um, I want to go ahead and end with an Oracle of Delphi card. I like to end these because with these cards because they're pretty to look at, but also because they're largely optimistic, not exclusively optimistic, but and to me, I like to end on an optimistic note. And although I think look, your happiness is out there for the taking, Capricorn. I mean, it's coming. And I want to draw back. Like, if nothing changes here, and you don't mend whatever this relationship or this situation in the past that's disappointed you, you're still going to be happy. Okay? The Two of Wands is not a bad card. It's a good card, I think. And so, there's happiness to be had. Even if nothing changes and you continue on your current trajectory, things are going to be fine. But there's a big difference between, because this is the card of the immediate future if nothing changes, and if things do change, this is the most likely outcome, okay? There is a big difference between fine, sort of everyday happiness, and the kind of happiness that the sun represents, which is just, to me, it is the happiest that a human can possibly be. The sun is the culmination of living out your soul's truth and doing what you're meant to do on this earth, what you came to this earth to do, and being with the people you were meant to be with. The sun is soulmate energy. It is twin flame energy in the most beautiful, beautiful kind of way. Now, one thing I will say is that twin flames are not necessarily romantic partners. A twin flame doesn't have to be someone that you are romantically involved with. It's just someone who it's the other half of your soul. Again, remember Will and Grace. Will and Grace were twin flames in that show, but they were not meant to be romantically involved. Okay? So this could be something that is more chaste than a romantic relationship, and that's all right. You will know how to interpret this reading, Capricorn. But let's see what the universe has to say with you. In conclusion, we have the Dancer card. Shift, dance, enrapture, embody. Okay, yeah, there's a shift in perspective that needs to happen here, and you're working on that. But you are also this beautiful glowing soul who is able to captivate folks with your magnetism and your charm. You're also, a dancer is incredibly flexible. And so what I'm seeing here is that you have the ability to bend and not break. And you have the ability to shift, which is a key word on the Dancer card, into this new reality and this new mindset where you can bring the energy of the Magician into balance with the energy of the King of Cups. You can bring the head in alignment with the heart. I want to see what's on the bottom of the deck here. I'm just curious if it's like the Temperance card or the Two of Swords, or it's the Two of Swords. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, the Two of Swords, the words on the card, first of all, this is air energy, so this is ideas. So this is a change of thinking, I believe, a change of a perspective. Upright, it says difficult decisions, weighing options, avoidance, deadlock. The Two of Swords here, I want you to look at that. The reason I said Temperance or the Two of Swords is because to me the Two of Swords is a card of balance. It doesn't say that on here, but to me the Two of Swords upright is a card of being in balance and of harmony. And I see that is what is needed here, that you are not in harmony with yourself. You are not balanced. Your head and heart are conflicted, Capricorn. And you're also not in balance with your soul, because I feel like your soul is crying out for some situation or some person or some people that you've walked away from. This is also a card of being at a crossroads, okay? So I feel like you are at a very, and I mean, again, with all of the major arcana in your reading, I do feel like you are at an inflection point. Like, this is an incredibly, incredibly important moment in your life, Capricorn, and the decisions that you make now are going to affect, if not the rest of your life, certainly your future for into the foreseeable future. Like this is an incredibly important time, and you are doing. It's important for you to, I think, work on yourself first and foremost. I really do see that, but I also see that like this beautiful opportunity is about to present itself to you, and to me, I'm kind of thinking that this opportunity has already. You know it. You know what this is. You know who this is. I think you've met this person already if this is a love reading for you. If it's not a love reading, if you were meditating on the Pegasus and you came up with something else, the situation you already know. Like, this isn't something you're waiting to discover. I do get the feeling that you are already, because the Magician card is there with the King of Cups, even though the King of Cups is reversed, both of those cards are cards of people who understand and know. The Hangman is a card of meditation and of knowing. The Emperor reversed again. I don't see any sort of room for confusion here. I think you know what this is, and who this is. The one thing I will say is I don't think you know necessarily who this Three of Pentacles reversed is. And it is kind of concerning me that this is Capricorn energy here, because it's an outside influence. So I do wonder if some of this is you projecting things onto other people and they are sort of mirroring that back to you. So you could be giving coldness and iciness or cruelty, and they are reflecting that back to you like a mirror. But more to the point, I really do think that this is somebody who is just really selfish, and that you have some selfish people in you. And I don't think it's the same person you've walked away from over here. It might be, and you're going to know this better than I do. But to me, this person represented by the Eight of Cups here is very different than this person represented by the Three of Pentacles here. And so I do feel like there are people or a person, an individual in your life who does not have your best interest at heart with regards to the situation and is trying to talk you out of it. But look, you have the potential to be incredibly happy here. One thing I will say is the Lovers did not come up. The Five of Pentacles, which is the soulmate card, did not come up. So this, your mileage may vary. This very well could be your soulmate or your twin flame, or it could just be someone that you need to reconcile with in order for you to move towards happiness. So perhaps this is an ex you need to sort of make peace with in order to learn the lessons of that relationship in order to move forward and to then go out and meet your soulmate. So this doesn't necessarily have to mean you are getting back together with an ex, although I think for some of you, I think that you know that this is the person you want to be with, and that you messed up and they messed up and there was blame to go around. But I think the time for blame is about to be over, and there's just a time for healing. But either way, I do see that there is healing that needs to be happening from this previous relationship. I see there are people who are going to try and prevent you from doing that because they like you damaged, but you don't need to be damaged. You're not, I mean, you may be broken right now, but you can put yourself back together. And, this does say difficult decisions lie ahead. So, and that you're going to be weighing your options. So I do see that, like, again, this squares with the conflict of head and heart here. But this is also one of being at a crossroads, which, again, difficult decisions, which path do you take? But it's also one of balance. And I really do see that balance is needed to be restored to the situation, and that you're going to bring yourself into balance. And when you do that, you're going to be able to shift your perspective with the Dancer card here, and to bend and to really be able to create a life that's just incredibly happy. I mean, that Pegasus card is such a beautiful card to start with, and the Dancer card is such a beautiful card to end with, and the tarot reading itself was actually a very beautiful reading. So I think that I don't even know how long this video is right now. I mean, this is an hour-long reading, Capricorn, but I needed to say this, and this is the longest that I've gone, but I just absolutely needed to say this to you. I think this is incredibly important. So, good luck to you, Capricorn. I'll end it there. Next week, I'll try to be shorter, but golly, Capricorn, I think you are about to embark on the happiest phase of your life thus far, and I am so pleased for you. Good luck, Capricorn, and take care. I'll see you next week.